So today I am going to talk about object-oriented programming OOPS concepts. Getting started with the inheritance. So inheritance and polymorphism and the abstraction, these have been a crucial concepts of the OOPS in the Java. So with Java, so at first we're going to start with inheritance. So inheritance is the one of the important features of object-oriented program, which allows you to create hierarchical classification. So, inheritance represents is a relationship which is also known as parent-child relationship. So, inheritance is the process of acquiring the property from one parent class to the another child class. So, it have been interlinking. So, with this help, we can create more general classes, parent classes at the top. It may be inherited to other specific classes, child classes at the bottom. So child classes will have the properties of parent class itself, own attributes and the behavior itself. So it has some specific property also. So that is what we. So another terminology is important in the inheritance. At first, class is a blueprint of the object, so it defines as the variables, behaviors, and methods to all the objects of the certain kind. Subclasses. Subclasses are child classes, or we can also call the subclasses or child classes. So, subclass is the class is inherits the another parent class. It is also called as derived class, so extended class or a child class, super class or a parent class. So it is a class where a subclass going to be inherited features of from that class. So it is called base class or a parent class. So example we have given here son, dad, and the granddad. So granddad has the futures. So dad has a future same as the granddad. So son has the futures both from granddad and the dad. So it have been the mm, hierarchical level inheritance. Next, so these have been examples. So why we need inheritance? Inheritance enables us to the reusability. It is a mechanism facilitate to use the fields and the methods of existing class. As the name it implies, the child inherits the characteristics of the parent class. So this is a less code duplication. So code modification can be done once for all the subclasses. So it have been the need of the syntax of the Java inheritance. The subclass name extends the superclass name, that is a parent class name. So methods and the fields and the variables so have been used. So extends is a keyword is important that denotes the subclass is derived the features from existing superclass. Then only the inheritance is completely done. So in that we have the concept of aggregation, association, and the composition relationship. So aggregation relationship is a relationship between two or more objects. It refers how the objects are related to each other and how they using each other functionalities. Association is a relationship between multiple objects. So it can be one to one to many, many to one, many to many. Likewise, we have this aggregation and the composition are the two types of association are the main types. So aggregation is a weaker association. An association is said to be aggregation if the both can exist independently. So it is a unidirectional association, one-way relationship like this. So in this, we can both the entries can survey individually. So sorry, so sorry, A as an instance of B. B can exist alone without A because A has the own property, B has the own property. Likewise, we can mm, like this. So composition is a strong type of association. So meaning that the object owns the another. So another object cannot exist without the owner. So in composition, both the entries are more independent, so dependent on each other. So A as an instance of B, B cannot exist without the instance. Like human contains heart, heart cannot exist without human. So they have been more. mm, deeply. So next is the types of the inheritance. So in Java, single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, and the multiple inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, hybrid inheritance. Java supports single, multiple, hierarchical inheritance directly, but multiple and hybrid can achieved through the interfaces and abstract classes. So next, it is a concept. As you know, the single inheritance, it is the concept of deriving the properties and behavior from one single parent only. Then it is called as single inheritance. Class A and Class B. So Class B is extending the features of Class A like methods and the mm, like this. So it is the one-way relationship. So next one is here been given the sample class. So first we cover the concept. So next, the multi-level inheritance. It is a subclass extending, sorry, inheriting the features of one parent class. Can al- can alter can also act as a parent class for the another class. So it is the tree, like it is the mm, level level by level inheritance. So class A extends the features of class B. Class C inherits the class features of class C. So it C has the all the features of A and B. So it is a person, employee, manager. So it is the level by level. So derived classes A. So manager, employee, and the person. So here the level one person has a certain, so consider this is a property. So mm, here the string name. So another, and the string means the person name and the person age. We have been using the constructor for setting the name as the name, age as the age, and the display we have been displaying the name and the age. So when the employee extends the person, here the employee comes in. Person can also be an employee. So we have the employee id we have been setting through the constructor and the displaying through the method. It is a void method. Another, the employee can also act as a manager. So here comes it department and the salary. It is stored as the string and the float. We have been uh, setting the, through the constructor, department name and the department, sorry, salary, department salary according to his role. We have been printing the manager data according here. So here we have been, in the main class we have been creating the object for the manager, that is the child class. So creating the object, and we have been setting the data. So around and the name are it going to set in the person at the first parent class. And we have been setting the employee id to the second base parent class. And we third setting the department and the name. After that, we are going to be printed the person name, displayed person data, that is name and the age will be printed. At the display employee data, the employee ID will be printed. After the display manager data, we have given marketing and the salary. So department and the salary will be printed. So like this, the multi-level inheritance takes place. So in hierarchical inheritance, it has been the one base class, that is one parent class, and the multiple child classes. So it have been the many child classes can also be there. In this example, the cricket player. So cricket player can also be a batsman and can also be a bowler. So this have been the example taken here. So let us see the code. So at first we have been created the class cricket player. So we have initialized the variables, player name and the team name. And then we have been the set player data using the constructor, sorry, it is a method or can also be constructor. We have been initializing this the player name and the team name in this class. Then we have been printing the player name through the display method, player name and the team name through the display method. So we are, and then we having the batsman that extends the cricket player. So batsman can have the score, highest score and the batting average store have been initialized here through the constructor or a method. We have been same initializing, sorry, assigning the value here. So then we have been printing the data of highest score and the batting average of the player here. So another class we have been creating the cricket player. So in that the bowler can have the wickets and the bowling average. We have been initialize the variable here. So and then we have been creating the method and initializing the wickets and the bowling average here in this class. So and we have been printing the bowler data like the number of wickets and the bowling average in this class. So at finally we have been created the main class, and then we have been creating the batsman. For the class of the batsman we have been creating the b1 object, and the bowler for bowler class we have been creating the b2 object. At first we have been setting the player data Sachin and India to an batsman data, and then we have been setting the data of 200 and the 84.5. So it have been the again we have been setting, and then we have been setting the data for the bowler, so b2 name and the country. So and then we have been setting the wickets and the average. So finally we have been printing the batsman player data, that is we have been searching India. So again the bats first player data. At first we have been setting the player data and then batsman data. So Sachin name, team name India, highest score 200, batting average 84.5. Then we have been accessing the player data via the object of p2 via overriding. So we can also access this. So again we have been initializing Bumrah, the team name in India, and the number of wickets 140 and the bowling average. Like this we have been running the multiple inheritance. Finally the multiple inheritance is having the two or more base classes. So and only one child classes. This cannot be directly supported in Java due to the ambiguity issue. So the parents or derived class get confused which method we have to be inherited. So we have been using through the concept of inheritance, sorry, interface. Mm, Before going to that, we want to see what is super keyword. Super keyword is a reference variable. It is used to refer the immediate parent class of the object. So consider whenever you want to create the instance of the subclass, the instance of the parent class is created implicitly, which is referred by the super reference variable. So this is super keyword can be a variable method, can used with the variable method and the constructor are also. So it is used to refer the members of the superclass. This is used to refer the current class of the static variable. So this is used to refer the current class instance and the static variables. It is used to the members of superclass. So next, mm, the super keyword in the variable, or how it is going to be accessed in the super. Let's see one by one. So let us see the one by one. So I created the project leader as a parent class and initialized the variable with the declaration Ramkumar, and the employee ID is equal to 1000. So and then I created a class programmer extends a project leader. So here I create the project name, sorry, project name and employee ID also, and then I initialize the new project name and the project sorry, employee ID. So and through this display method I just printing the programmer name and the employee ID and accessing via the super keyword the previous class, the immediate parent class, that is immediate parent class, the project lead name and the project employee ID also. And then I'm passing and creating the object and passing some variables, that is name and the employee ID, and then displaying just printing all the details in single method. So then how it is happened, this is a super keyword. So then it is in the method level. So just the same as this, we are just accessing the display method of the previous class, just super dot display method as same as this, and printing all the details of this through the single method calling. So on inheritance and the constructor. So can constructor be inherited? For the question, no. The reason, because the constructor is a special, have the name as the have the same name as the class name. So if we inherit in the child class, they would contain the parent class container, which is against the constructor have the same name as this class name. So in the order of the derivation, the first base class is derived from the derived class. So constructor of the base class with no arguments get automatically called in the derived class constructor. So there can be the issue. So in the case of parameterized base class constructor using the super keyword, and the base class must be the first line in the derived class. So it is also be done. So it should be too complicated while doing this, but we can also do. So that's of this video.